The life and sad ending of Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura was born James George Janos on July 15, 1951, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, to George William Janos and Bernice Martha. He was the second son born to the couple. He attended his preliminary education at Cooper Elementary School and later graduated from Roosevelt High School in 1969. Upon completing his education, he took up duty with the United States Navy, where he served until September 10, 1975. During this time, he was trained under the Navy SEALs program, which he completed in 1970, and eventually served in the Vietnam War. Relieved from his military duties, he temporarily settled in California and started working as a bodyguard for the Rolling Stone. He also joined a motorcycle gang. However, he did not continue in the same for long and returned to Minneapolis in 1975. Ventura took to studying further at the North Hennepin Community College, but dropped out after 1 year. He then changed his name to Jesse Ventura and began training himself in wrestling and weightlifting, thanks to his large body and sound physique. He made his debut as a wrestler in the Central States Territory before moving over to the Pacific Northwest. He twice won the Pacific Northwest title and 5 times the tag team title before moving over to Minnesota to be part of the American Wrestling Association. Ventura spent a decade as a professional wrestler and was part of the World Wrestling Federation. Although he was never a top-notch fighter, his charisma and appeal won him a lot of attention and popularity. Health problems led him to end his in-ring appearances, and thereafter he became a wrestling commentator. He worked as a color commentator at the WWF in 1985. He did a couple of talk shows and radio commentaries. His successful stint as a commentator earned him a couple of film roles as well. He made his debut on the big screen with the movie Predator. Eventually, he was seen in several other flicks, such as Abrix, Guardian of the Universe, The Running Man, Thunderground, Repossessed, and Ricochet. Other than appearing in films, he made guest appearances on several TV shows such as Zorro, Major League 2, The X-Files, The Young and the Restless, and so on. He also hosted several talk shows. Following his health complications, he gave up on his wrestling career completely and took to politics. He contested for the seat of the mayor of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota in the 1991 elections. His popularity led him to emerge victorious in the election. During his term as mayor of Brooklyn Park, he could not accomplish much on the legislative side due to his conflicting opinion about the Democratic and Republican council members. However, he did lower the crime rate and brought about an increase in interest of the people in local governance in his 4-year term through 1995. Ventura gave up thoughts on seeking re-election and jumped back to his wrestling career as a commentator for WWF's Rivals World Championship Wrestling. He continued with his film career as well, and was seen in a couple of films, such as Demolition Man, The Master of Disguise, and Batman and Robin. In 1998, he contested for the seat of the governor of Minnesota as the nominee of the Reform Party of Minnesota. His unorthodox stand, coupled with pro-choice, pro-gay rights, and pro-gun beliefs, helped him emerge victorious in the election, defeating Republican and Democratic Party candidates. As governor, he oversaw reforms of Minnesota's property tax, as well as the state's first sales tax rebate. Other areas where he contributed include construction of the Metro Blue Line light rail in the Minneapolis-St. Paul metropolitan area, and cuts in income taxes. In 2002, he announced that he would not try to run for a second term for the governor. In 2003, he was succeeded in office by Republican candidate Tim Pawlenty. In 2003, he inaugurated a cable television show, Jesse Ventura's America, on MSNBC. Unlike other shows, it was broadcast once a week. However, within weeks of its launch, it was canceled. In 2004, he started off as a visiting fellow teaching at a study group at Harvard University in the spring of 2004 at the Kennedy School of Government Institute of Politics. In his personal life, Ventura went into nuptials with Terry on July 18, 1975. The couple has been blessed with 2 children, son Terrell and daughter Jade. He suffered from health complications in the early 2000s. In 2002, he was hospitalized for a severe blood clot in his lungs, which eventually led to the termination of his wrestling career. Probably right now is his worst time, when his health is slowly deteriorating. Thank you for listening to the story about the life of Jesse Ventura. Like and comment on your opinion in the comments section below.